What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. How are we doing, guys?
Fantastic.
Great.
You know, took another little hiatus there, but I think we're ready to roll.
We're back to normal now.
I smell football, and once you smell football,
I need
it's
it.
It's like
so
it's
itchy.
literally
Like,
like
I
an
really
illness. Like I can't get away from it.
We have our first preseason game on Thursday.
That is true,
Hall of Fame game.
but no one gives a shit.
Preseason games are ugly.
No.
Yeah.
Is this
17
the year that they
17 game season.
Yeah, no, it's two preseason games this year.
two preseason games? What did you just try to say?
Two preseason games this year.
Try it down.
Two preseason games.
Two preseason.
All right.
Antonio's drunk. All right,
Taste preseason matches.
Today we're talking about AFC win totals.
Yes.
Division breakdown.
Yes. Which do you want to do it by division or just
Yes.
lowest to highest win total?
I say by division.
Okay. Where would you like to start?
I mean, how do we not start on our team?
Our team, the Patriots.
New England. Well, everyone's going to take a guess on, well, by everyone, you two.
8.5.
7.5.
8.5. New England Patriots.
Let's go.
Talk to me. Tell me what you think.
I like the over.
I do like the over, but it makes me nervous because everyone's really high on the Patriots right now, and I think that there's such a far way for them to fall. Here's the thing, though.
I'm sorry.
What?
I looked at the wrong team.
What the fuck?
9.5.
Okay.
For real?
9.5.
So I think when I looked
Jeez.
a long time ago, it was 8.5.
So it got bet up then.
I think it got up then.
Are the Patriots going 10-7
They're a
this year?
10-17 max. That's
So that's the
If
max.
you're saying
So-
if you're saying that's their ceiling,
all
then
right,
you
so
have
I'm
to take
taking
an
the under then because here's the thing: everyone's high on Cam Newton, bro. When are people gonna go? Cam can't throw. Get him out of the league.
As soon as we,
I love Cam Newton.
all right, it's going one of two ways. It's either the season start.
You don't love Cam Newton.
I love Cam as like a player and a person, but like when people just get high on him, they're like, "Oh my god, like we have Cam Newton." I'm like, hold on. He can't throw more than 10 yards down the field.
The season's
We've
gonna
had this
start.
before.
The season's gonna start one of two ways. We're either gonna be like 2 or 3-0. Cam's gonna look good. They're gonna start rolling. They're gonna get into a good rhythm, and they're gonna be good.
I feel like I'm having deja vu.
Or
Yeah, is this what we said last year?
it's gonna be like 1-4, and Cam Newton's gonna look like an old fart. They're gonna bring Matt Jones in, and he could be the savior for the season.
Bring
My
Mac
whole
Jones
thing is
in.
when they bring Mac Jones in. And here's the thing.
I hope we see him this year.
I think it's
I think it's 50-50 we see him this year. I think Cam Newton's the starter, and I think he goes until either he looks terrible, they start losing, or he has an injury.
I mean, going into the season, Belichick wants no part of putting him.
He's not putting Matt Jones in week 1.
No.
Oh no! I mean, I don't even mean that. Like
He's
I'm
gonna
saying,
hold
like
off
going
putting him
into
in.
the season, he's probably in his head saying, like, I don't want to
and
use this
Jarrett
kid this
Stidham
year.
with a back injury.
Yeah, no.
I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
You see what I said? He sat on the bench wrong.
Yeah.
He sat on the bench wrong. What did you get a back injury from?
I couldn't tell you. He is not good, nor do I plan on ever hope to see him as the starting quarterback as the Patriots.
Here's the
and
thing,
I was high on
this-
him last preseason, too.
This is why I think we're having deja vu, because to me, when I look at the Patriots, yeah, they've gotten some wide receivers in some key spots. Cam Newton's not going to be able to throw to them.
I don't think that's their plan this year. Well, obviously, he's got to
Run the ball, right?
Well,
This is what we said last year.
Well, here's my point, though. If you're going to line up in 2 tight ends the whole entire year, you're going to be able to run the football. And they're going to get into like a lot of 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 2nd and 2, 2nd and 4. And that's where Cam Newton's
I was
actually.
going to say, you really can take advantage.
And that's where Cam Newton's actually going to be good, and you can take advantage of him. Whereas,
action,
yeah,
ball,
if you're third
Option.
if you're 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9 with Cam Newton, he's got to step back and
probably
put his
not.
arm into a throw. That is not how you want to be. So they're gonna be one of the how Dallas was Dak's rookie year, where they controlled the clock the whole entire game, played like keep away basically, and just wanted to have their offense stay on the field as long as they could. I feel like they're going to play a lot like that. So it's going to be and I said this last year too, very low scoring, very boring games, but it's Belichick, and he's going to
and it worked for the first part of the season.
It worked when Cam was healthy.
And then Cam got COVID. I think that's where it kind of switched a little bit, but at the same time, I didn't see much from him other than the fact that he's a glorified running back.
It's this year or never.
And he's very injury prone, so that makes me very nervous. Like some of the runs he was doing, I was like, I was like cringing. So I was like, oh my God, if he gets hit, like he's definitely going to be hurt.
He had double-digit rushing touchdowns last year, so it's not like he's not a threat.
He's their biggest running threat there is.
They're a tough team to diagnose.
I definitely got to go under. Like you said, if 10 wins is their ceiling to me, you got to take the under. It's just, I think they're good. They're very talented. They could make the playoffs, but I mean, like, dude, the AFC is
over so bad.
AFC is very good, and the division is getting better, and you get the Dolphins in the mix.
So you got the Bills and the Dolphins.
So
are they better?
The Bills are winning the division.
All right,
I mean, the Dolphins are in the mix.
I'll look for the Dolphins right now. That's who we're talking about next.
It's probably
all right. I'm taking. So for the record, I am taking the over on New England over 9.5. I think that Miami is going to be the worst team in this division.
Do you think so?
Hot take. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the Jets can't. Like, the Jets got to not come in last at some point.
I don't think that's happening this year. Though.
I don't think.
Oh, I don't.
So what's
either.
their win total then?
I'm trying to look for it. I wish it would just be in order, but it's not. Jeez.
Is it in order by like?
It's in order by nothing. It's just. It's like the worst.
It's in order by nothing.
Okay, Miami Dolphins 9.5 as well.
Jeez.
Why are they both 9.5?
Hammer the under.
So one of them's got to go under, one of them's got to go over. If we're looking at it that way, right? So if I said under for the Patriots, I'm going over
for the Dolphins.
I think they could get 10 or 11.
I don't know if you have.
Have we looked at their schedule?
I don't think Tua is good.
I don't think Tua is good either.
Tua is good at all, bro.
That's
my thing. Is that last year I liked them a lot, like watching them, and then there's
they
have a very good team. They have a very good young team, but Tua.
I don't like the Xavier Howard news. I don't like the fact that he's like on the I'm better than everyone else and I'm the best corner on this team and I need to get paid.
There's always corners like that.
100%. But I looked at Miami last year as like a ragtag group of like, you know, not misfits. But
we're out to prove everybody wrong.
And now that they got sort of like a good season under their belt and they got some swagger, now everyone's like, I want to get paid. Tua's, going to be the starter for the full season. There's no Fitzpatrick.
I think if you're going to talk like that, you guys would have made the playoffs.
Yeah,
they had a good season.
Yeah, they won what 10 games last year.
Yeah, good season. Didn't make the playoffs.
When's the last time Miami's won 10 games before last year?
Last time they made the playoffs.
So is this the first year they have the expanded playoffs too? Or was that was last year?
No, last year they did.
Last year they did.
Yeah.
So it's the same this year.
Expanded playoffs? There was not 7 teams in the playoffs last year. Absolutely not. Oh my God.
So is it this year that they're doing that?
Yeah, this year.
I thought they had 7 teams last year.
They did not.
Are you sure?
I think you're wrong.
Am I wrong?
I think you're wrong.
Look it up.
No way I'm wrong.
Look it up. I don't know because, okay, so they had Washington in there.
Who?
I don't.
Oh God, this is bad.
Which I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what Washington has in store for their new name. I guess
it's not the football team anymore.
Well, I think it still is and is still going to be, but I think that they've made good strides on making it.
Antonio, I think you're so wrong. I don't have the answers yet, but I think you're just the most wrong you've ever been.
I don't know what to think.
Wild card. Let's see.
I think it was last year.
For real?
Yeah, Antonio. You suck.
Yeah, the more I thought about it, the more
playoffs
I was like, yeah.
There were
wild cards.
There were 3 games on each side.
Oh, right.
And then plus the bye. So yes, that last year was the expanded playoffs.
Shit.
So even with 7 teams, Miami still didn't make it. But saying all of that, they're gonna suck this year. Hammer the under. 6-11.
They're 6-11.
That's the worst team.
I hate the 17 because you're so used to saying like 6-10 or 5-11 or 4-12.
It changes everything.
6-11. That sounds disgusting.
Or like when he talks about the Titans, they're 9-7 every year.
Yeah, now they can't.
What's the new 9-7 going to be? Is the new 9-7 10-7 or 9-8? It's
9-8.
Yeah,
9-8. Yeah.
No, when we see a 9-8 team, we're going to be
like,
let's go.
Miami, what do you think? Over under 9.5. I think. Man, that's such a tough one.
I mean, I took under for the Patriots, but like I'm also like kind of feeling under on the Dolphins because I just don't like Tua. I really don't.
Okay, do they beat the Patriots twice, and do they beat the Bills twice, or do they?
The Dolphins?
Yeah.
Oh, the Dolphins lose all four.
So they're not beating the Bills twice. I agree with that. I think maybe they split with the Patriots.
Okay, they're gonna win in Miami because they're
beating both of the Jets. They're beating both of both games against the Jets.
I feel like the Patriots and Dolphins are going to be kind of even in the division for most of the year. Like I
think the Patriots are a better team than the Dolphins are.
I do too.
I just do.
Well, it
I don't
depends
know
on
if I
execution.
It is about execution.
And that's a lot about coaching. I'll take Bill Belichick.
Pats are
over
more
Brian
likely
Flores.
to finish in second place, but like I see both of these teams in between 7 and 10 wins.
I'm taking the over. I think
You love the Dolphins.
Get 10. I do.
The Dolphins are your team, low key.
But yeah, remember all the pick threes?
I missed.
They made me a lot of money last season.
I missed.
I don't want to pick one here.
We're gonna get back to
seriously. Both the Pats and Dolphins are in between 7 and 10 wins, and I can see under, I guess, but not
right,
that
so
much.
Then
under.
what is the Bills then? Or no? Should we go to the Jets? Let's go to the Jets first.
Ew. No, I have the Bills right here, so that's the Bills.
Is it 11.5 or 12?
11 even.
11. It's 11.
It's 11.
It's 11.
Over.
11 on the dot.
Over.
You think over?
That one's a push, but you can't say push.
No, you can't say push.
I want to, dude. I want to.
I mean, I'll take the over just because you gotta think that they. What was the record last season? Was it 12? Did they have 12?
12 and 4, 13 and 3. Yeah.
So do you think that they got worse, or do you think that
not.
they got better? I think the Patriots got better. So maybe if the Patriots take one of the games against the Bills.
Nah, you gotta take the over.
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo's just a wagon.
All right. I'll go over.
Josh Allen showed himself to be a top
I was gonna say
5 quarterback last
right
season.
now when you're thinking about the teams in the AFC that are going to be the elite, it's the Chiefs and the Bills.
Well,
right
I
off
just
the
look
bat.
in the division, right? Because
they're beating the Jets twice. They're beating the Dolphins twice.
they're beating the Dolphins twice. Did they beat the Patriots twice last year? Yes,
Yeah.
right?
They killed them on Monday night when they.
So
played
like you got to think the Dolphins got, I'd say better. They got better. The Patriots definitely got better. So does that change it a little bit? Maybe the Dolphins sneak one against Buffalo.
They definitely can. It's just a matter of like
weird things tend to happen when those up north teams go down to Miami.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see anything happen with Buffalo this season. Like if they went 7-10 this year, that wouldn't. I don't want to say that wouldn't surprise me, but I could definitely see that situation too. However,
Right.
Buffalo, I feel like Buffalo is one of those teams that's like here to stay from now on. Like,
So here's
And
my
I love that.
rationale. Here's
Love
my
it.
rationale with taking the over. So they had 12 wins last season.
Yes, that's
If
enough
they-
rationale for me.
I think maybe one game, like between the Patriots, gets flipped this year, but that would be a push.
I can see that.
That would be a push. So I think it's more likely that they beat the Patriots in that game. So I'm going to take the over. I don't think it's 2 games as a swing from last season to this season.
New York Jets,
Is it 4.5?
I think it's 5.5.
6.
Oh my God, under.
Why is it 6?
Oh my God, dude. No, there's no way.
I wanted
There's
to.
no way they win 7 games.
There's no shot. No, I thought it was gonna be.
7?
I thought it was gonna be less than 6.
I might go bet on that right now.
because I was gonna.
Why is it 6?
I was gonna play up the Jets a little bit and say, maybe they win 6 games this year, but now that's what their win
No.
totals at.
Whoever
And
made that line is fired.
under.
Over.
I want.
I'm
Sal, I want to, but
listen,
like they're gonna win.
not.
Listen,
They might win
listen.
7 games. I can see 7 games.
First year head coach, no Adam Gase, maybe Zach Wilson. Something I don't personally. I think Zach Wilson is not going to be good.
No, he's not.
But
I don't know what they're doing.
Just another Sam Darnold.
But first time head coaches normally come in and do something their first year.
No.
Not all the time.
Listen. I like what you're saying. I like where you're going with this. The bar is so low. They
That's
only
why-
have to
no,
win 2
that-
games.
no.
If they win 2 games, he's already done better. There's no way they win 7, Sal. 7.
They're not
All right.
winning 7 games.
They don't have another quarterback. They have Zach Wilson. That's it.
6 is a gross number.
That is
Why
a gross
is
number.
it 6? Why is
Sal.
it 6?
That means
No,
he
hold
has
on.
to win once.
Someone tell me why it's 6.
That means
Why
he has
is
to
it
win
6?
once against the
Tell
Patriots.
me, before you looked at it, what were you thinking in your head?
5.
Maybe about 6 wins.
5.
No. I'm saying, like, what do you
Oh,
think?
the number I had in my head was 6.
Yeah, me
I
too.
thought they
But
would win
I'm not
6.
taking.
Okay, so they're not winning 7.
No, they're not winning.
That
7.
means they would have to take 1 against Bill Belichick, who we all know how he does.
I want to
against
push,
rookie
but give me the
quarterbacks.
under.
I'm taking the over. It's gross. It's disgusting. I'm taking
And
the
there's
over.
no way they beat the Bills ever.
I don't know. No, if give me like a Thursday night game, Bills Jets, I'll hammer the Jets. I'll literally hammer them.
Bills and Jets in the color.
I don't know. I don't.
I gotta
care.
say,
I don't care.
usually I'm the one with the hot takes, Sal just took the cake with that one because
all right. Realistically, I'm not gonna say like they.
Yeah,
beat
but he's not saying they're
I'm not
gonna
saying
win like 9-10 games though. He's not
but
saying
they
they're
have
gonna
to
beat
win
above
7.
They can still lose 10 games and hit the over.
Well, I mean,
I don't care. That's 7 games that they have to win.
Yeah, Sal. I don't know. That's
okay,
games against the Pats and Bills that you're looking.
just
at.
why is it Nolan? What they win last year? 2.
Yes. So they
Why
what
is
they
it 6?
So why did they?
they're up 200% from last year. That's what you think?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They have to win 4 more.
They just won 2. That's a great point. They just won 2 games. Why is it at 6?
That's my whole point. I'm not taking it for any other reason than the fact that the number is 6.
They played the Giants.
So let's think about
never
this,
mind.
Antonio.
No, they don't play the Giants.
How many teams, like honestly, are they better than?
The Texans.
Okay, they're better than the Texans. Who else?
The Bengals.
No, they're not better than the Bengals.
Not better than the Bengals.
They're not better than the Jaguars.
Better wide receiver core, better quarterback.
I don't know.
Every AFC West team is better than them. Besides the Texans, every team in the AFC South
Nolan,
is better
I'm
than
not
them.
doing it because I think the Jets are
No,
a good
the
team.
Bengals
I know
are
why
better
you're
than-
doing it.
I'm doing it because
You can
Vegas
stick
is
with
there.
that. You
Are
can
they
stick
better
with
than the
that.
Steelers, dude?
No.
Steelers are.
The Steelers are
Icky.
ass, bro.
See, I think the Steelers should be 6.
All right, hold on. Before we move, division ranked in order. I'm thinking about mine. Buffalo.
I'm probably gonna be with Sal. No, I'm not gonna be with Sal. Actually,
It's Buffalo, New England. I guess it's Miami and the Jets, but I really want to be bold and say Jets, Miami.
yeah. I was gonna. Well, I mean, if you say Miami then Jets, then we're on the same page. Bills, Pats, Dolphins, Jets.
I have to go with Antonio because I think that's just how it's going to shake out.
I know it's the boring pick here.
And this is very, we're looking on into this way beyond, but like, because anything can happen. But that's just got the way. That's the way it's got to be. It's the way it's got to be.
What?
The Jets suck. No. You're not convincing me. The Jets suck.
I wasn't gonna
Next.
try and convince you.
What's the next division we're going to?
North, huh?
No, they're not winning 7.
Oh, are we going up north now? Eh?
We can. I mean, someone tell me. We'll go up north.
Go up to the Great White North.
Let's go up north.
Baltimore. That's on the win total.
8.5.
9.5. Is it 9.5?
8.5? Are you smoking?
9.5, 10?
Crystal? It's 11.
Are you serious?
11 wins. Over under 11 wins
Kidding me?
for the Baltimore Schmavens and
look at
Mr. Lamar
Now,
Jackson.
here's the first question I always ask. Have they gotten better or worse? How
Yeah,
many
but
wins did they have
people-
last season? 12? 11?
Oh no, they won
No,
like 10
they had like
games.
10. Yeah.
10? Okay. Have they gotten better than 10 wins?
They haven't really added anybody. They're the same team.
Same team. Also won 14 games the year before. Part of me thinks that like I don't love them, but I just think they do better than last year. Because people are going to be a bit more down on them than I guess they were before. It's weird.
That's
These are
disgusting.
great. These are great win total numbers here. Good job, Vegas. 'cause
Besides
this
the
is
Jets
tough.
one, I will agree with all of these because they are making me think way too hard.
That's so nasty. Like,
Are they better than
So
the Steelers?
they play.
yeah, they're better than they're the second best. They're the second best
They
team.
play
in
the
division.
NFC South.
They're-
So, who's better? Don't.
Oh,
Cleveland.
they're disgusting. They're ridiculous.
No,
we'll
Cleveland's
get to
really
that.
good.
They're
I
really
do.
good.
I do like Cleveland. I think it goes Cleveland, Ravens.
Whoa, we're gonna get there, son.
Yeah, you're
All right, I'm
you're a
getting
little-
ahead of myself.
You're a
All right,
little ahead of
Ravens.
yourself.
You're
I'm gonna take the under because I don't think that they've gotten better, and I think it only declines after that. I think other teams, like I think the Steelers have gotten better, and I think the Browns have gotten better
I'm gonna take the over on the Ravens.
because the Browns are getting Odell.
I don't
Beckham
like
back.
it. I don't like them.
I'm
But I
taking
take the
the
over.
under.
Me too. What are you saying?
I take the over. I don't like it. I don't like them, but I'm taking the over.
So you think they win 12 games?
12 or more. Yeah. Wow.
Ideally, if they win 12, they're probably going to win the division.
Mhm.
All right.
Cleveland.
see about that.
Cleveland Browns. Win
12?
total
11.5.
Is it 11.5?
10.5.
Over.
Over definitely.
I'm going to take the under because all the Browns have ever done is disappoint.
Fair, but
I'm going to stick with that trend.
That's a It's a great reason.
Nolan's going. All right, Nolan's going with the tried and true. What works? The Jets suck.
I
the
do
Browns suck.
because it is always what comes through. It is always what comes through. I'm sick of looking hard into things and being like, well, you see, Cleveland, I want to be very good. I'm not going to do that because they're not good. All they do is disappoint.
I think Cleveland has a real shot of getting to the Super Bowl. Honestly, and I say that with the straightest face possible.
I'm not saying that
I
they
don't know
go
what
to a conference
Sal
championship,
took
but
before he came here.
Oh, they could
Maybe
make
all those
are you
cool
kidding
chemicals
me?
he's
No,
around all
they can
day.
make the conference championship. They're ridiculously talented.
I think their style of play for the playoffs is as good as you want it. They play all right.
It's gonna get cold.
It's gonna
in the
get cold,
playoffs.
and who has the best running backs in the league? Best two. It is by far Cleveland.
A great offensive line.
Who has a top 5 offensive line? Cleveland.
But they've had these things before.
Yeah,
They've had it before.
they're building chemistry, and this is the second year.
The
that
coaching's
they
a
have
little
their
bit
coach.
less
third year that they've had
garbage.
No, I mean they had Freddie Kitchens as their coach. Like,
Yeah,
that,
no one. I mean,
that doesn't count.
Come on, Nick
That
Chubb.
that's like
Nick
having
Chubb.
That's
They've
like
had Nick Chubb.
that's
They've
like having-
had
They've had
Nick
it for
Chubb.
2 years, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years.
3 years.
This is gonna be his third year, right?
No, fourth.
This is gonna be his fourth year.
I think so.
He hasn't been in the league very long.
give him time.
And
to
you know
build.
was a lot
what? He
for
was
running
on
Give
the
him
team
time
when
to
they went
build.
7-8-1, and they won on that winning streak that 1 year. People were like, "Wow, look at this." He was on the team.
I can tell you,
It was okay. Wait,
I'm not
just-
saying
you just
he's
made me
the
think of
reason, but
something.
I mean, like, he is probably
The year
the best
before they
player
went
they've had in
7-8
a
and
very
1.
long time.
the year before they went 7-8-1. How many wins?
They didn't
did
win a
have?
game.
last year.
The year before.
No, the year before they went
before
7-8-1.
the year he's talking about.
They didn't win a single game that year.
So they went 0-16,
I'm pretty sure that was the year.
if not 1-15.
3 years ago.
Oh, maybe they went 1-15. I didn't 0-16,
It was
1-15.
1-15. They definitely didn't go on 6-10.
The
Didn't
Jets
that team
might win
recently do
7
that, though?
games.
Hmm?
The Jets might win 7 games.
Now you're changing your tune on that. Are you seeing the light?
No, but that's very interesting. The trend that he just made me think of. But they're not winning 7 games.
The Browns are going over 10.5 wins. I think that's fairly easy. And I know that sounds like nuts to say about the Cleveland Browns. They're going no worse than 11-6.
So you think they're going to win 11 games?
Yeah.
But you just said the Ravens are going to win 12.
Okay, that happens.
It does happen.
But you said that before about you think how many do you think the Patriots are going to win?
Said 10.
He said 10.
10-7's their ceiling.
you think
That's why.
the
That's
Bills
why.
are gonna
Hey,
win
whoa,
12?
whoa, whoa!
That's a
I
lot
took
of
the-
wins going around.
I took the under on the Patriots, though. I said 10 is their ceiling, so I'm not taking the over.
Okay, but if the Patriots do win 10 games and you think the Bills are going to win how many? 12, 13?
Oh, probably 14.
That's a lot of wins in the division.
I'm kidding. Probably not 14, but I mean, like,
That's a lot of wins in the
12,
conference.
13.
I just think that's too many wins to go around.
that's why I said beforehand, like,
One of those 4 teams
Draw out the schedule and,
Bills,
like, let me-
Patriots, Ravens, and Browns. One of those teams has to underwhelm tremendously, and I'm taking the Browns. So I'll take the under.
Fair.
I hope it's the Ravens. To keep it frank.
I think.
Hey, whoa!
No, I'm not
Last
gonna get
year,
ahead of myself.
whoa, Nolan. I mean, God, gee. I mean, and there's 7 playoffs. Last year, look at this. AFC North, Steelers won 12 games. Second place, Ravens won 11 games. Third place, Browns won 11 games.
Okay, that's fine. That's
And
not
then,
happening.
whoa, AFC
The
South.
Patriots only won 8. I'm saying out of the entire conference,
11
if you
wins
think
for
the
the
Patriots
Colts,
are going to win
11
10.
wins for the Titans in that division, 14 wins for the Chiefs in their division. The rest of that one sucked, but 14 wins also a lot. 13 for the Bills, and then 10 for the Dolphins. That's a lot of wins.
Okay, but
And a lot of teams
if
can
we're
get a lot of
talking
wins.
about the teams that we said were already good, aka the Dolphins, Patriots, Bills, Ravens, I think the Steelers are going to be pretty good, and the Browns.
We'll get to the Steelers.
All right, so I'm under on the Browns. What's the Steelers going to be?
Steelers, whatever it is, I'm taking the under.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna say that.
I'm taking the over.
8.5.
Over.
Under.
Over.
Ben's
Because
a-
if I think the
Ben's a-
Browns are going to be
I've seen
under,
enough. I
Ben's,
saw
yeah,
enough last year.
no, that's literally what I'm thinking. Is I've seen enough of the Steelers. I've just seen enough of them.
all right, so I'm on the other side of this one then.
Antonio, that
started
was the perfect line.
You're sick of Big Ben.
I'm
when
so
they,
sick.
dude, last year when they started to dip, I was like, they're not good. That like this team is not a good team.
That the first 10, 11 games of the season was a farce.
Oh, I wanted them to go undefeated though. I was
do
so
like
excited.
the vocab. That was a farce.
I was so excited though. I wanted them to go undefeated. Then I saw them like their next 2 games, like they won 2 like really gross games, and I was like,
they lost to like Washington at home.
They did.
Yeah, like that game was.
they
like,
lost
Washington was a good
bad
team.
games.
Washington is very up and down, but here's all I'm going to say about the
some of the
Steelers.
worst.
Ben
fat.
Is morbidly obese.
is morbidly obese.
But he's always been morbidly obese.
He's a blimp, dude.
I
think he's been cutting weight though. Actually, have you seen
I
pictures of
I'm
him?
sure he has.
Okay, he's
I
50.
mean, he kind of has to.
He's 55 years old and now he wants to go on a diet like that. That's not how this works. You should have taken care of yourself before, buddy. Like,
What's next? Is he gonna take care of those moles on his face?
I don't, dude. They're just all right. What is their offense? 3 yards,
Juju.
3 yard slants to Juju, and then we're gonna dance the whole time after. Like, I don't think so. I just don't. They got mopped by the Browns in the playoffs. Mopped.
That was hilarious.
Literally spanked
That was hilarious.
up and down.
That was hilarious.
I don't.
Because it was still like a known situation. Like a lot of people were still like, "Yeah, the Steelers have looked like shit," but it's the Browns. Come on.
I just don't. I don't see it with the Steelers this year.
No.
All right.
5-12 is literally my win prediction for
So
them.
I'm on the other side of that then.
You're going
I
over?
think they get 9 or 10 wins.
Oh, I just ew.
Let's.
Ew.
I'm curious what the Bengals over under is.
Guess
6.
5.
If you say 7, I'm gonna be pissed.
6.5.
Thank God over.
Also under.
What do you mean also?
Well, I took
I
the.
said over.
Well, I took under on the Steelers, so I'm saying
Yeah.
also under. They're bad. Joe Burrow's fine, but like he needs another year, and they should have drafted a lineman.
ACL injury.
I think the Jamar Chase
I
pick.
think I'm just kind of holding out hope for them to be a little bit better, because I'm starting to like the pieces that they have in the team. I like.
No, I do. I'm not going to say Jamar Chase is going to be a bad wide receiver. I think Jamar Chase is going to be a very good wide receiver. The problem is, hey,
They got a good
you
young
got
receiving core.
a franchise quarterback. Maybe protect him. I don't know. Maybe that sounds like.
I
A
mean,
good
it is
idea.
what caused him to like really like destroy his knee.
So it's up to you guys. Like you can either build an offensive line or just let him get hit every play. That's fine.
All right, I'll take the under on the Bengals.
4 and
12,
I hate this.
13.
4 and 13. Yeah, that's gross, isn't it?
Yeah, that is kind of gross.
So I think it goes Browns like 12 and 5 or 13 and 4. Ravens a smidgen under that. I don't know, like 10 and 7 or something. And then the Steelers are a fat shit. No. Yeah, the Steelers are a fat shit. The Steelers and Browns are both fat shits. Or the Steelers and the Bengals are both fat shits. It doesn't matter which order you put those in. I guess I would go Steelers Bengals, but it could be Bengals
All
Steelers.
right, I'm going to go fuck. All right, Ravens. And this is my hot take. The Steelers beat the Browns. And I think it goes Steelers, Browns, Bengals. What about you, Antonio? You probably have...
Browns, Ravens, Bengals, Steelers.
We have the same exact. Me and Antonio are on the same page so far.
Well, for this division, you guys are.
No, for the first division we were. For the East we were. We are going to the AFC South. Now, this is funny because do you remember last year when we were doing the same exact thing and we were talking about like over-unders and the Texans were like, I don't know, Texans were like 8 or maybe 7.5 or something. And I was like,
Did we all say over?
I think us two said over and he said under. Of
course I did.
All I remember about this conversation was I said, I think Bill O'Brien is the worst coach ever, and he does this every year, and they end up going 10-6. And then Antonio said, word for word, can't you just see the Texans going 4-12? And literally a light bulb clicked off in my head, and I was like, Antonio, you are so right. And then I switched to the under.
I can. You know,
and I think they went. No,
I
and
can
I
hear
think,
myself saying that.
and I
now,
think
too.
they went exactly 4-12.
did. Oh,
last
they
year.
did.
I think that was their exact. I know for a fact Antonio said they're going to go 4-12, and I'm fairly confident they went 4-12 last
So
year.
we always we have to
Write down what he says.
We need to. Well, I mean, we record what he says, so that's a good.
They went 4-12. Yeah.
I kind of want to go back and like listen to that and be like, "What the fuck?"
You're literally.
we need to start listening to what Antonio said.
You're literally gonna listen to that one and be like, "Oh my god!" Like he literally
I feel
said
like
that.
it's never the ones that we like. It's never the big ticket items, but there's those little nuggets like on some of these teams where he's like, "Couldn't you see them going 4-12?"
That was one of them too. He goes, "Oh, Tom Brady's going to Tampa Bay," and we're like, "Antonio, shut
That's
up."
not a little thing. That's a big.
Well, like,
thing.
that was a big
thing.
Well,
That,
you weren't dead serious, but you were kind of serious.
Yeah, but
about it.
I wanted it to happen, and I had a point because it was I still thought it was the best fit for him. I was just hoping Tom was gonna go in that direction.
That's so. I still can't believe he went there. I know it's a year later.
Awesome.
But
and then he won a Super Bowl. How crazy is that?
I can't believe he said that last year because as soon as he said, like, I could so see the Texans going 4-12, and I was just like blown away. I was like, he's right.
So what is their win total this year?
4. Win total is 4 for the Houston Texans.
I mean, I have to take the over.
They suck.
4 is so like, what the fuck?
There's got to be.
They have 17 cracks at it.
Yeah, but
Deshaun Watson is not playing quarterback for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's gonna be like.
Do you think he
3,
holds
4
out
win
or
teams
like
across
what?
the
Till he
NFL?
gets
I
traded?
don't
we gotta
know
get him
what
somehow.
I don't know what happens with Deshaun. I just don't see him taking a snap as the starting quarterback for the Texans this year.
I'm just taking the under because
It's so hard to take an under on.
It is, but
Poor
I'm
Will
gonna-
Fuller, right?
sure.
No Will Fuller. He's
They don't
in
have.
I don't really
Miami.
give a shit, so I'm just.
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say
he got
under.
traded. So they literally have nothing. Who do they have? They have nothing.
They have nothing. Brandon Cooks. Ew.
Is that really who they only have now?
They have Brandon Cooks.
Sucks
They'll
for
probably
him.
find a way to trade
They have
him.
Brandon
because
They better
Cooks,
trade him.
David
Dude,
Johnson.
He's been everywhere. Brandon Cooks.
literally he might like be the one to play for every single team.
I think he got drafted the same year as Odell, didn't he? Or like the year before?
I believe you're right.
I mean, I was gonna say like he's not that old, but I mean that was a long time ago. Is
No,
Odell an elderly man now?
Odell is gross. He was good for a year and a half, and then he just.
I think
That
he's gonna have a
seems
bounce
like
back year this
recent,
year,
but
though.
it's not.
This would be
He's
the
been
year,
in the league
right?
like 8
I think
years.
it's gonna be
This
year.
would be the year that he's just like amazing.
Odell.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I hope, but I don't.
It just saying over hurts and saying under hurts.
Because you got like
go
you think
Sal.
under,
Come on.
right? That means they go 3-13 or 16.
Yeah, dude,
3
they
and
suck.
3
14.
and 14. They have 17 cracks at
Yeah,
it.
they're literally the dirt on the bottom of my shoes, so they're going under.
Yeah, then they're 1-13, and I need them to win 3 straight games just to push. I have to take the under. I'm just taking the under. They're the worst team I've ever
Antonio,
seen.
what do you think?
I told you. I just said they're the
Under.
dirt on the bottom of my fucking sneakers. So they're under.
Okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars over under 6.5 wins. I should have had you guess. I'm gonna go with over 2 because I believe
Trevor Lawrence and Tim Tebow taking it home.
that
Travis Etienne.
Bim Bebo doesn't do anything for
Bim
me.
Neither does it.
I think Urban Meyer could be
I was gonna
good.
say Urban Meyer, first time coach.
First year head coach. I like first year head coach narrative. That's
So
something.
it's 6.5.
6.5. You can get 7 wins in that division, especially the Carson Wentz news
especially
is
with Wentz
huge.
going out.
I
That
fucking hate that guy.
you do. That's the only. I mean,
I
we can
really hate
Yeah,
him.
no. Let's give our overs to the Jaguars because I mean there's stuff to say
All right,
about
I
the
like
Colts,
that.
obviously.
We can all agree on this one.
There's not much to talk about. Trevor Lawrence is either going to be good. Well, he's going to be good, but it's either going to be a slow progression or he's just going to come into the lead and set the lead on fire. So it's whether or not he's as good as advertised this year or it comes in a couple.
I mean,
years.
Joe Burrow was he was doing really well.
Yeah,
until
Joe
he
Burrow
got
had a great
injured.
rookie season, and then that's why.
Shame.
But okay, did we talk about this last time? My whole thing with Trevor Lawrence is that he doesn't know what losing feels like. We talked about this before.
You do like that narrative.
I like the narrative,
You've
and
talked about
and
that.
I want to see how he handles it.
So you're taking an under.
No, I take the over because I think
he's
he
lost.
will be good,
Yeah, I mean
and I think Urban
he
Meyer will
knows
help
how
him a
bad
lot. If it was
losing-
still,
No.
what's his face, Doug Marrone, is that who he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug Marrone.
he understands how bad losing can feel though. Like he's lost 2 of the biggest games that like you can lose.
Yeah,
A
but those are, like,
semifinal
the
and then a
only
final.
2. Those are like the only
Still-
2 he's lost.
Yeah,
ever.
man, but I mean like these
If
guys
I'm,
in Alabama
if I'm
that make the
402,
NFL
I
and shit
feel
like
pretty
that.
good.
Fair point.
I mean, like I see your point there, but I mean, a lot of these guys that end up in the NFL, it's kind of the same deal. They played on a crazy college team that doesn't lose. Look at how many Alabama. I know it's not the quarterback. That's a good point you got there, but I mean, like how many Alabama guys go to the NFL every year and they go undefeated every year.
They just like going to New England because Bill Belichick just loves Alabama players.
But yeah, so the Colts, that I mean, for real, that's one of the only places I could have seen Carson Wentz ever like reviving any kind of career that he had beforehand. But
it's not off to a great start.
It's really not, and that's dude, if I was a Colts fan, I'm real pissed right now because things were looking really good. They have a damn good roster.
You went from having Andrew Luck 2 years ago.
They did, but Nolan, they have a fine.
So then having Phillip Rivers, right?
Do we have a guess on their?
Oh, they had Jacoby Brissett after, right?
Well, they had him before.
Oh, before.
They had him after Andrew Luck left.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant.
And they did pretty good. And then
they
got Phillip Rivers, and we all know how we feel about Phillip Rivers. Like, he's like Cam Newton. He can't throw. No. And then that didn't work out for him. He retired with his,
Yeah, no.
Is there a person
90 kids
what a shame. What a shame for that
disrespect more on this earth than Carson Wentz? Kirk Cousins, maybe.
No, because Kirk Cousins, we have fun with Kirk Cousins.
The thing is, we know when Kirk Cousins is going to be good.
Carson Wentz. We're
like, wow, that Monday night game right there.
No, we're like, no, but that Sunday 1 p.m. game, yes.
He throws like 400 and 4 touchdowns.
I just remember one of our first podcasts we were doing. We were just like, Kirk Cousins sucks, and then we got to the picks, and I was like, I love the Vikings. And it was against the Eagles, and he threw for 4 touchdowns and 400 yards. I was like, Kirk, let's go.
No, but I think with Carson Wentz, I'm not mad that Carson Wentz is who he is. I'm mad that people give him the praise of being this.
I don't know if they do anymore though.
They don't anymore,
but they did
before they did. He had that 14
they did for too long
season that they ended up winning the Super Bowl. That he was nowhere.
I mean, he looked amazing that one season, but at the same
and people lost their fucking mind.
But at the same time, it's like, all right, what have you done for me lately? The last 3 years, he's done.
He didn't get hurt. He was winning MVP that year. There was no doubt about that.
That's fair,
and that's fair.
I don't know what happened after that.
They won the Super Bowl, and I think that was just what blew everyone's minds. In reality, it was Nick Foles.
I don't like. I'm not on the same page as you, but at the same time, I don't think Carson Wentz is that great. He was never the way people would talk about him. But at the same time, the rest of that whole Eagles situation after the Super Bowl it went. And that's what I said. Weird boom.
I said, yeah, it gets camouflaged because the Eagles organization was shitting their pants and doing everything wrong, and then now they move Carson Wentz to the Colts. And now we're gonna see if Carson Wentz is Carson Wentz, and I think now it's starting to show. He literally just loves to get hurt. His favorite thing is getting hurt, just so that he can go home and farm.
All of BC Johnson tears ACL. Vikings wide receiver suffered a torn ACL in practice on Friday night. Okay,
who?
Olawase Johnson. Is that breaking news?
This is breaking news.
Who the fuck is that?
Just their 4th wide receiver. Anyway,
so as I was saying, Carson Wentz sucks. Okay, we didn't even say what their win total is.
Do we want to guess it?
Is it over 10?
You tell me.
Yeah, but my question is, did it change?
9. Is it 9?
That's what it should be at when they had wins.
Right, it's. I'm looking at it right now, so it's what it is at this moment right now.
Oh fuck. 7.5.
8.5.
9.5.
Under. 7.
Don't say it. Don't you do it. Please don't do it.
Sal,
I need to know what's wrong with him.
It's his ankle or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck.
Alan, definitely.
You never know.
There's no timetable. There's no timetable. But
and with COVID happening, they just don't say injuries anymore.
So they have a fine
it's the craziest
roster.
thing in the world. Why did COVID change that? No. Can we talk about this? Why did COVID change that? Where we're not allowed to talk about people's injuries anymore.
I don't know.
They have an excellent roster.
Over.
I know.
They had an excellent roster last season.
All right.
Okay, but they had old stinky fucking Phillip and they went 10-6.
Okay, now they have broken, mangled Carson Wentz.
He's about to literally diarrhea in his pants. You're not going to believe what Tennessee's win total is.
13?
Is it 13?
No, it's 9.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, no, this is like the Jets. Why is it 9?
I don't care. Sometimes you can't think like
So
that.
9 and 8.
They're not going 9-8. They're nasty.
Excuse me.
Why is it 9? Why?
It's
Dissect
less.
it for
It's
me,
less
so.
than Indy.
You just gotta look past.
It's
that
less. Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Think about that. It's less than the Colts.
Well,
It's a half a game less than the Colts.
if Carson Wentz was playing and healthy, I would be telling you that the Colts are a 3 seed.
Sal's face.
It's got to be an over.
Yeah, it's an over. But like I'm saying, like, were you saying like, oh, why is it lower than the Colts? Well, I mean, maybe it didn't adjust with the whole Wentz thing right now, or like if Wentz wasn't hurt, they're winning that division and they're a 3 seed.
Well, I agree. So here's the thing.
But
I know
the
you don't.
Titans. Like,
Titans. Well, yeah, with the Titans there now and Wentz hurt, they're winning that division.
If,
I don't
if you
care
can guarantee
what,
me Wentz, I know I can't say Wentz is going to be fully healthy for the year because that's a big ask.
and there's still a lot of time.
He's not gonna
If you
be.
tell me Wentz is fully healthy, week 1, ready to go, my pick is the Colts to win that division.
My pick is the Titans to win that division.
That's fair. That's,
Any team that has Derrick Henry on it is winning. I don't care.
he's not a good argument.
Oh, he's got a great argument. I love Derrick Henry.
Regardless of what it was, if
That's
it
gonna
wasn't,
be, those two. That's gonna be a.
if it wasn't
they're healthy,
adjusted,
a great
I'm telling
division
you,
to watch.
They won how many games last year? 13. Did they win
no,
13 or
no, they
12?
didn't.
They won 11.
Yeah.
11. Okay.
Why is it 9?
Why is it 9? Why? They got 2 games worse,
With Julio Jones?
and they added Julio Jones. I even forgot about that. They added Julio Jones, bro.
So
I don't know how you
They
can
added a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
I don't know how you can say under, and I'm streaming at myself to take the under, but I can't. I literally
Sal,
can't.
You're
You
taking
gotta-
you want to take the under based on what Vegas knows.
I know,
what
and
Vegas
you
does,
gotta look past that sometimes, and when you look
but
past it,
yeah, you have to look at it.
it
for
normally
what it
works
is.
out.
I'm taking the over, but it's just not right.
You're
I'm
fine.
no-
And what he said before, if it wasn't adjusted based on Carson Wentz, it's still 9.5
looking at the
and
rates.
9 for those two teams.
Tennessee Titan
One of those teams has to win more than 10 games.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like, am I missing
9
something?
flat. That's
Yeah, it's not even 9.5.
That's
It's just
disgusting.
9. So like 9's a
That's-
push.
unacceptable.
So they want them to go
Las
9 and 8,
Vegas.
like what Antonio always says. They always go 9 and 7.
So yeah, all right, so they're going 9-8 this year, is what they're saying.
No, they're not.
That's what they're saying.
All right, so
They're good.
if you're telling me Carson Wentz is healthy, I'm going Indy, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Houston.
I am right with you on that. But then if he's not healthy, I'm going Tennessee,
and-
Jacksonville,
Ooh.
Indy, and then whoever the fuck's at the bottom. You
Houston?
stupid ass. Yeah, Houston.
Piston. Pisstown.
I might be with Antonio on this one.
Jags.
But again, I'm going to stick to my theme of just looking at it for how it is. And I think it's Tennessee, Indy, Jacksonville, Houston.
Well, yeah, how it is right now is it's not looking like Wentz is going to be around. It says out indefinitely, so I don't know what that means.
And
So
I think
I'm going
the
with what I
Colts
said
have a lot
second.
of the Colts
Tennessee.
have a lot of practice of trying to scramble for quarterbacks. So,
I feel like I haven't been bold enough. I have to make like a...
Yo, imagine if
you were pretty bold with your Jets take.
Imagine if Washington
Fair.
Imagine if Washington didn't have Fitzpatrick. The Colts would be all over, dude.
All right, back to the Jets. They're screaming at you to take the under. They're like, Nolan.
I don't care.
No, they're like, Nolan.
I don't.
Please line up, get all of your friends and take the
I
under.
would much rather.
Yo, your
I would
friends.
much rather bet the under and have Vegas take my money than to bet the over and root for the Jets to win games, because
It won't happen.
we've seen down the road what happens when you just root for the Jets. Okay, it's not a good. It's not a good formula,
The
and
answer
they
is
always
you don't
get
root for the
disappointed.
Jets.
They're not winning 7 games. We're not. No, you're not getting me fired up.
If
on
I
this.
was like 4 years old and my dad introduced me, I'm like, "This is our favorite pool, the New York Jets." I'd be like, "No, it's not." Like, what are you talking about, dude?
All right,
Like, we're not
last
Jets
division.
fans.
Kansas City.
Kansas City, is fucking a million? Is it a million?
You actually got it. It's a million.
12, 11 and a half.
12.5.
Wow.
So I knew we
That's
were
a
doing the
good number.
podcast yesterday, and obviously I knew we were talking about the Chiefs, yada yada. And I've been thinking about it very hard, and I want to be like, under. This is not their year.
Yeah, I want to take the under, but
It's-
they're not winning less than 11.
You know what they
games.
are? They're just the Patriots when they had Tom Brady. They go 12-4, 13-3 every year, and now they have an extra game.
That's a great point.
So
Yeah, why not? Over.
It's just an over.
So I want to take the under for the same reasons why you want to take the under.
Oh, I want to take the under so bad.
And I'm trying to stay consistent with what I've said. They overpaid Patrick Mahomes. That's a fact. When that happens, you have less to give to everybody else. That's just how the world works. It's how it is. Travis Kelce took a pay cut. Actually, it came out that it's Travis Kelce, not even Kelsey.
Oh, fuck off.
Everyone's just been saying
all right, here's my hot take. He's going to be bad this year just because he said that. he's gonna be a dog shitter.
And here's the thing. They're having problems with their offensive line.
Why didn't Jason Kelsey ever say anything about that? I'm sorry, Kels. He never wanted to bring
I don't
it up.
care. I don't give a shit. But they're having problems with their offensive line.
Yeah, and they traded for fucking what's his face from Baltimore.
Junon?
No, the tackle. What's Ronnie Brown? He's an All-Pro. They literally got two new offensive linemen plus their starters back.
Here's the thing, though. I really do think that they're gonna take a misstep this year.
Who are we talking about again?
The Chiefs.
You just zoning out over there?
Did the perk hit you hard? Like what?
The perk you just started talking to. Yeah, I think that they take a misstep this year.
So you're going under.
Based on the only thing that they overpaid Patrick Mahomes. And it's going to start to take effect this year.
I
want to take the under because I don't see them winning less than 11 games. They're not going 10.
I think they go 11 and 5,
11 and 6.
11
Yeah,
and
they're
6.
not going. They're not
Keep
going
doing
10
that,
and
sorry.
7.
I think it's 11 and 6.
I think they just.
I think Patrick Mahomes gets injured. That's what I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's gonna happen one of these years.
I mean, 13. Well, it happened this year.
No, it didn't. Yeah, I know.
We were literally watching.
We were watching the Packers game. Yeah.
Yeah, it did, but it didn't.
No, it was the Broncos game on Thursday.
When he dislocated his knee.
He went for, 4th and 1 sneak, and then he just.
Oh no! And then they played the Packers next week. And
and there was no
because there wasn't a Rodgers Mahomes game. I feel like we watched that here too. We
but
might have.
Who was the backup? Moore.
Yeah.
And he almost won.
Matt Moore is still there.
Yeah,
Matt
I don't know if I don't know
that game.
I don't know if he's still there, but that's who it was last year, and he played very well.
No, they have.
He played good for Miami when they made the playoffs that year.
Ew.
What's his name?
Who? Chad Henne.
Chad Henne. That's who they have.
Ew.
Because they had to play. Remember, Patrick Mahomes was out.
Chad.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, they played more in the playoffs, did they not?
No, I think it was Henne. Henne won that game.
They played. Whoever played in the regular season played in the postseason. So it was either Henne both times or it was Moore both times.
I don't think so. I think it changed.
Ooh, I don't think so.
I think it did.
All right, whatever. Anyway, Raiders, my favorite team.
So sick of these.
What is it?
Teams.
7.5.
Why do I have to guess for this team? Like, can we just erase them?
7.
It's 7. I was close.
John Gruden's bad.
John Gruden should go back to Monday Night Football.
There's just teams that win 7 or 8 games every
Either
year.
Either be bad or be
just
good. Don't be in the middle. That's so lame.
Stop being don't be mediocre.
I feel like he's
he's
my
almost
job
hard. You know,
he's almost like the head coach version of what we are. He looks way too deep into things sometimes. When he sees these guys and he drafts these guys. He's this guy.
He's just all over the place.
I don't know if that's looking deep. That's just having a feeling and being this guy.
Just having the feelings and then being completely wrong.
He just I don't know. I feel like it was all there for him. It's just he's got it. He's got some sort of team to do something with, and he's been there. This is his 4th or his 5th season. I think it's his 4th season, and they still have yet to make the playoffs under him.
He's got a 10-year contract.
10 years, $100 million. No, and then so. They have Josh Jacobs, right?
They have Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Drake.
They have Henry.
I like that.
They have Henry Ruggs, who they drafted in the first round last year.
Henry Ruggs, really
I want
good.
to like him.
They got rid of Nelson Aguilar.
Waller.
They don't have Nelson Aguilar anymore. They have Waller.
I don't know. They have
Their
others.
defense was young and exciting. I don't know if it's.
I wouldn't say exciting and the other team scored points every time.
Here's the deal. I want to say whatever win totals come out. I want to say over for the rest of these AFC West teams too, but I can't because going back to what you said.
So it's 7 for the Raiders. So that they're saying
I
they're
like
going
these
7
guys.
and
They
10.
got on this. I like Jacobs. Kenyon Drake's a great addition. Henry Ruggs, but Derek Carr is aging. You know.
Under.
Yeah.
It's gross, but under.
I'm gonna have to take the under too.
Sure.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a bad look though for John Gruden if they go 6-11.
Gonna do?
If they go 6-11, that's terrible. He better get fired.
He won't.
He won't.
He's not.
But if he does, then they have to owe him all that money probably still.
Yeah, they're not firing him anytime soon.
I want him to go back to money.
That's right. They're in Vegas though. They got to be good in Vegas at some point. Sam, right?
Their fans aren't there.
So there's 17. Wait, so when they go to 17 games,
it's like 8-9 one year and then 9-8 one year. Like you play 8 at home and 9 on the road, and then you play.
So what is it this year?
Probably it's 9 at home.
Okay, but there's no way they went all 9 at home.
Fuck no.
Give me the over.
So then you say 8%.
Give me the over. Give me the over.
All right.
I'm switching.
All right.
I can get talked into a Vegas over so easily. Denver Broncos.
What are they gonna do this year?
What are Antonio's favorite team?
What are we gonna do about the Broncos? I was so high on them last year.
As
were other people.
I feel like everyone was last year. Like everyone was like the Broncos.
They were fun when they finished out the season the year before. I thought they looked great.
Brady Tidgewater is the quarterback.
Brady Tidgewater.
They want to be like decently good so bad. Then they do.
Brady Tidgewater.
Do we have a guess on their total?
Because he's good.
5.
Bridgewater's solid.
Really?
I don't know. What is it?
6.5.
8.5.
Oh, I was way off.
God damn it. It's 8.5.
Okay, yeah, 5 was pretty low now that I think about it. But I don't think. Okay, yeah, I'll take the under then.
Under.
Yeah, under. God damn it.
They're gonna go over.
What happened to Drew Lock?
No, thank you.
All right. We were high on him last year.
They got their defense got better too. Like I want to go over, but I'm not, just because it won't make sense.
They'll win like
it won't make sense.
7 games. They're like 7-10. The Broncos are.
So our last team
is
over.
I don't even.
I know who it is. Over.
Why can I not find them? And I don't even know who.
The Chargers.
Thank you. Hold on 1 second.
Herbert.
I love Justin Herbert.
Over.
Without even saying their win total.
7.
I'll say over.
Well, someone tell me a number.
7.5.
6.5.
9.5.
Over. Still, I'm good.
Over.
That's like a weird Vegas. What is this?
No, Justin Herbert is that
Herbert's
good.
Nasty.
He really is that good.
He's really good.
And I don't think it's like a 1-year flash in the pan. I think
it's not.
I
Did
think
they get a new coach? Anthony Lynn's out of there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Staley from the Rams.
Over.
He's like an offensive mastermind.
Over.
I think over. I think over 100%.
Over.
Yeah. I mean, I hear 9.5. I'm very surprised because I think that's high based on
if you take
the Chargers
what Anthony Lynn
and
did
last
really
year
bad,
and recent
which
years,
was offense, and you fix that with a coach that is offensively sound.
Well, yeah. See,
they're scary good.
If I was the guy in Vegas, making over under win totals, I'd probably say, if I were to make a win total, 8.5 for the Chargers this year. But I'd be taking the over on it, definitely. They're capable of winning 11
games. Are the people that make the lines allowed to bet on it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Why wouldn't they?
Because they're Vegas. They know what's
They're
about
the
to,
masterminds.
They know what's going to happen. They can't bet on. Imagine
you make a line and you say like, okay, for instance, the Chargers, you make it like super low. You make it like 5.5 or 6, and then you go just hammer the over before they like figure out what you did. You go like put like a $500,000 bet on the over.
I mean, that's definitely the move. But like, who even makes the lines? Like, I know we've talked about this before, but it's like,
I don't know. I've never seen someone that's like, oh, I make the lines for.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. All right.
Like, you're like,
is the FBI around? Like,
do these people work at Area 51? Do they like?
Hey, you know what? I feel like you shouldn't tell people that if that's what you do, because
maybe they are sworn to secrecy.
A bad gambler might be like,
they're definitely just like. Yeah, I'm a plumber. Like, they just give you some random job. Chargers plus 400 to win the division.
Sure, why not?
I don't think that's the worst bet, honestly.
If we think if what I hold is true and the Chiefs have a misstep,
so what
it's up for grabs.
Yeah, see, like what I was saying last year, like I was really pushing the Broncos are going to be up the Chiefs' ass the whole year this year. I'm not riding that as hard with the Chargers here, but if that's the case, I'm not surprised.
Are you drinking a bottle of piss?
That's emergency. So,
Why are you drinking emergency?
huh? There's shit going around. Got to get vitamin C, bruh.
Is this like our presenting sponsor, Emergency?
Brought to you.
I don't know why you would drink that by choice if you weren't sick.
I don't want to get sick.
Hold on. Now, this is going to be a dumb question. I've never heard of Emergency.
It tastes terrible.
It tastes like
It
orange.
gives you like better vitamin C.
It's vitamin C, yeah.
Builds up your
Anytime
vitamin C.
I get like the littlest tingle in my throat, I'm like, oh my God, I need to slam this shit.
It tastes so bad. Sal, it's so bad.
I'll
It's
drink-
the most
yeah, but
Antonio
Why
thing
is
I've
he
ever-
62 years old?
It's the most old
I would never drink it out of nowhere. If I,
Only old people drink
Dude, no.
emergency to like prepare for being sick.
No, I don't want to guess. I feel like a little tingle in my throat.
I get
I'll
you,
drink this
but
for like
emergency
2
is
days
not gonna help
straight,
you.
and then I won't get sick.
This dude drinks Emergency, watches the Indiana Pacers, and strokes his cat on the couch. That's literally what he does on a nightly basis. Like,
You get your win totals for each team from the fucking paper.
yeah, he literally and reads the newspaper. That's literally what he does. And then he has what are those like old?
I read the
like-
newspaper. I read the reminder.
What are those old cookies that come in that sugar tin or like that blue
sugar tin?
the blue tin that whatever those
Like
are?
those Christmas cookies.
They're shortbread cookies.
You love those.
He knows all about them. You like those little mints too.
Do you knit as well? Like, do you sit there and knit?
No, I sew.
So yeah, you do.
Crochet.
All right.
I was gonna say crochet.
Before we get on this tangent, AFC West, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
I like that. I'm gonna go with Sal on this one. Here's the thing, though: if the Chiefs have a misstep and it's up for grabs,
Then it's Chargers, Chiefs.
we're forgetting last year that for a short period of time the Raiders were giving the Chiefs a run for their money.
No, they were.
In the beginning of the season,
They 100%
because
were.
the Chiefs took a misstep. Now, if the Chiefs take a misstep, I think it's the Chargers this year that are on their heels, not the Raiders.
I think.
Oh yeah.
I think you can argue that the Chargers have as good of a roster as the Chiefs do.
Okay, you're going nuts.
No,
You're going nuts. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Who else? Who are the running backs?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Do you not? All right.
Patrick Mahomes.
Offensively, maybe. Defensively,
Super Bowl
All right.
winning.
Defensively,
Yeah, defensively, it's
defensely, the Chargers have way better
yeah.
players.
Okay,
it's
if you said
Nick,
defense.
I said roster.
Nick.
No.
Nick, no, yeah,
Nick Bosa.
Joey Bosa.
Joey.
I knew
Nick
it wasn't
Bosa's
Nick.
on San Fran.
Melvin Ingram. Oh no, they released him actually. Derwin James, Casey Hayward.
Yeah, I was gonna say they still have Casey Hayward.
Who's their linebacker that's really good too?
Their secondary's not very good.
Yes, it is.
Casey Hayward.
The Chargers?
Yeah, they have two really good. King and someone else. Desmond King and they have another really good. Casey. Did I say Casey Hayward?
You
Already?
did say Casey Hayward.
Regardless, their defense is phenomenal.
So who do the Chiefs
Very
have? They don't have any. They don't have any rushers. They still.
50-year-old Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Matthew's 50 years old.
Yeah,
I don't think he's that old.
It's
No,
pretty old.
33.
They
32.
still have
that's
Tyrann
technically when your
Mathieu
prime
got
is
burned in the
supposed to be.
Super Bowl. He's old news.
they still have Chris Jones.
Who cares? He's overpaid.
I don't know. I think you're going a little nuts on there.
Eric Berry. No, they don't.
I was gonna say no.
He's long gone. Dude, he was awesome.
And all right. Anyway,
He was
I
gone like 15 years.
I
ago.
think their rosters are very comparable. Maybe not better, but comparable.
I think it's so lopsided in their offense that it makes up for what they don't have on defense.
Fair, I guess.
What the? You're right.
Because their defense isn't like
I'm
I
not-
know we rank on their defense, but it's not terrible. They still won a Super Bowl. You have to have good defense to win a Super Bowl. I don't care what team you are. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
And the defense had a resurgence towards the end of that year that they won the Super Bowl too. They looked like shit the first half of the year, and then I think they finished as
That's how
I don't know
that's
about
how
a
Super
top
Bowl
5
teams do
unit,
every
but a
year.
top 10 unit.
Whoever is like 5-5 or like 6-4 for the first 10 weeks, that's who's going to win the Super Bowl because that's literally what
Well-
happens every year. Tampa Bay played the first 10 games of the year and they were mediocre.
Yeah, they were. They were. 7-5
I
at
don't
one
agree with
point.
you because the first like 5 games they were mediocre and then they turned it around really quick at the end of the year.
They were like 6-5.
They were.
at
They
one
were definitely
point.
7-5 at one point. I don't know about 6-5.
Because it was like they got smoked by the Saints in the beginning of the year. Twice. But I think after that they flipped a switch. And then what? When Kansas City won, what was the record in the middle of the year?
pretty good.
They were like 5-3 or 5-4 at one point too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they finished 12-4. They won like
they won like their last 7 or 8.
So you're saying like whoever's really bad in the beginning.
I'm not saying who's ever really bad, but like
but
if
what
there's
good team is really bad.
What exactly?
Okay, so if there's a really good team that comes out of the gate swinging, they're not winning at all.
If there's a good team that's like 7-0, I say fade them. But if there's a good team that's like 4-3 or like
okay,
3
I like where you're going with that. The Patriots were 8-0 before Tom Brady left, and then they
lost in the first round.
They lost against the Titans. Yeah,
Good brain.
Sal's figuring it out.
I have the code.
Sal has the cheat codes.
There's a sniper rifle on me.
Sal, what are the cheat codes?
Hold on. So who comes out of the AFC?
Who comes out of the AFC? You'd be dumb not to say the Chiefs, but I'll be dumb.
Do it.
I'm not gonna say the Browns.
No, that's not.
What, you think I'm gonna say the Patriots? Because that's what I'm gonna say.
No, you're not.
Sal wants Bucks versus Patriots so fucking bad.
Oh,
he'd melt.
I thought you were gonna tell me Buffalo.
Antonio, I could
They're
see
not making it.
I could see Bucks Patriots so easily in the Super Bowl.
Here you go with your Vegas thing.
That would be the highest
come
rated.
on!
That'd be the highest
They
rated
play
Super Bowl
week
ever.
4, and then what if we see them again later in the year?
They're really gonna be talking about it like, if we see them again.
That's what they said during the Chiefs game.
You're right. You know, a lot of
And
the time.
notice how they put it at week 4. They didn't put it like week 2 or 3.
Notice.
We're gonna see what the Patriots.
No, and
do
you know
in
what?
the
I
first
feel
3
like a
weeks.
lot of the times, like whatever divisions like playing each other, like whatever the Super Bowl ends up being, it always somehow aligns to where like they played each other earlier in the year. Like their divisions were playing each other, AFC, NFC. I feel like it works out that way quite a bit.
Did the Bucks and Chiefs play last year?
They did.
They did. Week 9 or 10.
And the Chiefs won, right?
The Chiefs won by 3.
Season before that. Let's see. Chiefs beat who in the Super
I'm
Bowl?
trying to think of who else.
49ers.
They didn't. Yeah, I don't think they played.
Did the Rams play the Patriots?
They might have.
They might have played the Niners that year.
They might have.
Did the Rams play the Patriots?
No, they didn't.
That was the only.
No, they didn't because they just played the West last year. And then it was 4 years before that.
Both years the Giants and Pats played. They played in the regular season.
Yep.
Puppet Master Sal.
I'm thinking hard. All right. Coming out of the AFC.
We know Antonio's gonna say the Bills.
Am I though? I'm really sick.
Okay, now you're double.
I'm stuck between 2 teams.
What, Jacksonville?
Yeah. The text. All right. Done to my head. The Cleveland Browns are making the Super Bowl.
No, they're not.
Fuck it. No, the Patriots.
You think the Browns?
It's between the Browns and the
rise
Patriots.
out of the fucking.
It's between the Browns.
50-year shithole they've been in and just make the Super Bowl.
They love stories like that.
Didn't the Chiefs have to do that?
What?
Didn't the Chiefs have to do that?
The Chiefs got lucky and got Patrick fucking Mahomes.
Yeah, but they were shit for a really long time. Not shit, but they weren't making the
okay,
Super
but
Bowl.
they immediately changed when Patrick Mahomes is there.
I think the
Baker
Browns.
Mayfield's been
I think
there
the Browns are going to be
Well-
so good this year. I don't know what I think they're going to be.
They're gonna be awesome.
Like world beaters this
I
year.
think they're gonna be good. I don't think they're gonna make the Super Bowl.
They can make the Super Bowl. What do I want to pick?
Final answer: Browns. I don't care. I'm not going to
All right.
peer pressured and out of
Antonio,
it.
what do you say?
I'm gonna be boring.
We need
Chiefs.
to
say the
catalog
Chiefs.
this, by the way, for the end of the season. It's almost like we're recording it or something. All right, go ahead. What do
You said
what
the
do you-
Chiefs.
Yes, the Chiefs.
All right. So he went with the safe answer, which is what I should have said, but I don't give a shit.
It's what It doesn't feel
Fuck
like the
'em.
safe answer to me. It feels like what I feel.
All right. I think that's it, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
I think that's a successful rant that we had.
Bring it back to the NFC.
Yeah,
next
we
time.
gotta do it again soon because there's
Yeah, we're gonna do.
we gotta brush over
NFC.
soccer because that happens. There's
A lot of stuff going on right now.
a lot of stuff going on.
and there's a lot more that we have to touch on. So, all right. I think that's a wrap, gentlemen.